we're starting.
Okay, fine. Hello.
Hello. Is that it?
I just wondered what you'd do if I just said hello
Oh, well,
and then said nothing. Hey, how's it going?
good. How about you?
Well, it's a bit false, this, isn't it? Because we do live together
We've had our 2-week break.
from each other.
I've tried.
You are. Oh,
Keep coming back, that's the problem.
like a yo-yo. Or is it a boomerang? Or is it a bad smell?
Thanks.
Ah, bit harsh.
Anyway,
Bit harsh. Okay, right. Okay, I'm at... right, what are we doing?
a podcast.
It's a podcast. What's the film?
The Farewell.
The Farewell.
Yeah.
Oh, we just watched that.
Yes. So hopefully
Is
you'll
that why
remember
we're
some
talking
of
about?
it.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Good. That was kind of you
I know.
to pick a film
Pick
up.
something recent.
I can't remind me what's it about.
Chinese-American family,
The grandmother.
grandmother.
Right.
We'll go into that later.
Yeah.
but at
Okay.
least
No.
you know what I'm talking
Yeah. Okay. My memory jogs. Good.
about.
Okay. I've got me questions again, haven't I? The 6 questions.
Yeah.
You ready for them?
No.
Have you snuck a look at my question sheet and the answers here? No.
No.
Good. So what's your average?
My average is 3.
So what's your target today?
4.
Wow.
I'm being ambitious. Oh, I don't know. It depends what questions you picked.
It does.
Are there questions that I'm going to know the answers to?
We'll find out
Oh,
shortly.
okay, fine.
Right. So yeah. Okay. All right. Let's start with 2 questions now then.
Oh, okay. Gosh.
So question 1. What or how is
What?
Maurice Micklewhite better known as?
Okay.
All right. You're not answering right now.
No, I know. I couldn't answer even if I wanted to. Anyway.
Right. And question
what a great
2.
start.
Question 2. In which film series does Colin Firth play Mark Darcy?
Okay.
Oh, she's confidently nodding her head to that one.
It's 1 out of 2.
Right. What have we watched this week then?
Well,
That's the next section.
yeah, it's.
I've got a question here on my sheet. It says, "What have we watched this week?"
I was going to answer the question.
It's a good job that's here, that prompt sheet.
I
Otherwise,
know.
otherwise
What would we do without it?
silence.
Anyway, well, it's been a couple of weeks, but the main thing we've been watching is James Bond movies. Because despite being a big film fan, I'd never watched a James Bond film all the way through. You have, but at random points.
Yeah, not in
time,
any
don't remember them.
chronological order.
No. So we've actually got the box set and we're working through them in chronological order. So we just finished about half an hour ago on Her Majesty's Secret Service with George. Is it Lazenby? Lazenby?
I'd say Lazenby. but-
Lazenby? I don't know. His one film as Bond, so I'll forget about him by the time we move on to. I don't know. Sean Connery comes back, and then is it Roger Moore after that? I don't even know. Is it Timothy Dalton? I don't know. But we're watching the Bond films. I'm really enjoying them. I'm enjoying them more than I thought I would. I'm getting a bit sick of some of the long chase scenes that are just never ending. Like, surely someone should be dead by now because surely you're trained how to fire guns. How come you're missing? Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's not the bits of the films that are kind of
No.
staring me in the face. It's more like the technology. It's fantastic.
It is fascinating seeing how I say better.
Special effects. The
How much
car
better it
scenes, when they're clearly not in the car. And it's
Oh,
like,
that's classic though. I'm used to that from Hitchcock films. I kind of like it now.
and the non too subtle sexism.
Oh yeah, I'm really enjoying watching it as a woman. But anyway, so we're enjoying watching those. We also watched The Imitation Game, which I hadn't seen before.
I'd seen it.
You'd seen it before, which was really good
Well, we watched it because we
went to Bletchley.
we did.
Yes, and we learned all
I
about.
bought a little rubber. Has
Hang
some
on,
code on it.
I bought a little rubber. You
What?
just have little rubber now in your possession.
I've got it.
I have the coaster. I mean, it's on my side of the table, so I'm claiming it's mine. But The Imitation Game was really good. Benedict Cumberbatch was great. I like him. I think he can I think he's a great actor.
He can what act?
I know. I thought that. I was like, yeah, obviously he can act.
Right. He'll be pleased to hear it.
I'm sure.
In case he was, wavering, lacking in a little bit of confidence.
All the awards he's won, but as long as I say, he can act.
Yeah.
That's fine. And what else? I've been watching Ashes to Ashes. I'm on season 2 now. I gave it a bit of a break for a while, but I'm back with it. Still really enjoying it. It's kind of the sequel. Is it a sequel? Yes, to Life on Mars, which I was watching earlier on. And I also watched The Stranger on Netflix, and I did finish it. I don't think I ever told you I finished it, but I did finish it. Really, really good thriller series. I really enjoyed that. Glad you recommended that to me, because I really liked it. Me too.
Kept you quiet for a while.
How rude. And we watched Deep Impact, which I had never seen. You had seen it before, and I enjoyed that film as well. Maybe not. I mean, not the nicest film to watch. When there's a pandemic, and then now you just think, oh well, there's a meteor heading to Earth, and how are we all going to be saved? And
the Americans will save us. So don't worry about that.
Oh, that's true.
Well, Will Smith will do something that will save us.
Will Smith.
Yeah.
Who isn't in Deep Impact?
No.
No.
But he does.
But he does. Oh no, Independence Day.
Oh, well done.
Yeah. Okay.
Cross-film reference there.
Yes, it was. I would trust Will Smith, to be fair. So yeah.
He can act. He can act.
He can act. Yes, he can.
I watched.
Yeah, what I was going to say.
Friday night dinner.
Okay, yeah, I watched that before, and now you started watching it. What do you think of it?
Frustrating. Martin character does my head in. I like Will. He's not Will, but he's Will in the In-Betweeners. So.
He doesn't have another name.
No.
That's it now.
I like him.
What about Jim? Funny. Jim from next door.
Jim, yeah. Jim's a bit, yeah, interesting. Martin does my head in.
Okay, that's fine.
He's disgusting. I don't like him.
Yeah, when they're sitting around having dinner.
There's no way. What's her name? Tamsin. What's the actress?
Tamsin Greig.
Yeah, there's no way. I'm sorry, there's no way.
No way she'd be with him.
No. He is punching, and she wouldn't. He's disgusting.
I know.
It's I don't. But
But you're liking it.
Well, it's replace. It's kind of the salve over my open, wounded, pus-filled sore that's left behind after Schitt's Creek's finished.
And you did love Schitt's Creek.
I did.
You like saying it too.
I do.
Yeah. We can bring it up in every podcast.
It's funny.
I've never watched it, but I trust
saying Schitt's Creek.
Oh, okay, fine. We can say it in every podcast.
Say it.
Schitt's Creek.
You swore.
Wow.
I'm telling you, Mum.
Anything else you've watched?
You can get so much trouble though.
Oh God.
Sus. Anyway. Right, anything else?
You can tell we're recording this in the
I've had a couple of drinks.
Yeah, we're both a bit tired. Got to get up early tomorrow. Don't know why we're doing this. Right, was there anything else you'd watched?
I can't remember.
Oh, good.
I didn't write anything down.
No, standard. That's fine. I think we've covered quite a lot though, giving some people some recommendations.
Do you want 2 more questions?
Only if I can answer them.
Okay.
Okay.
Question 3. When was the first Star Wars film released?
Okay.
Question 4. What song do Wayne and Garth sing in the car in Wayne's World? Okay. Deep dive time, Jenny.
Why does that sound more menacing than it should be?
Don't know. The Farewell, I believe.
The Farewell.
From last year. Directed by Lulu Wang, apparently.
Yes. Did you just remember that?
I just read it.
Or did that little prompt sheet might have helped, did you? Helped, did you? Oh my goodness. I'm tired. Might have helped you.
Wow.
I know.
Right. It's a good job no one listens to this.
I know. This will be the one someone listens to.
It won't.
Okay. Give my hopes up.
Carry on. Right, deep dive. Why?
Carry on.
Yeah, you've done research now. I'm just going to nod off for a bit and then.
You just, you go on your
You nudge me. You nudge me when.
Oh, shush. I chose this film because I've heard really good things about it. Again, from a film podcast that I was listening to, and it came up a few times, and I only heard good things, so I thought, let's watch it because it's out on DVD. So I got the DVD, and I'll start with production side of things.
Start with the production side of things.
Okay, I will. Thought
So-
you'd gone to sleep.
I have just.
Alright.
I thought. I don't know how long I've been out for, so I thought I might interject with something just to like let the masses know I'm still here.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Was I not gone for long? Oh, right, sorry.
That's
Have I
like
interrupted
20
you?
seconds.
20 seconds.
Maybe. Anyway,
Huh.
it's a Chinese American.
Not 40, because that'd be 40 wings.
Oh, clever.
Okay.
Anyway, it's a Chinese American film directed and written by Lulu Wang, who was born in China and moved to America when she was 6. This is important for later. She's released one more film prior to this one called Posthumous in 2014. I've never heard of it. I hadn't heard of her until this film.
So is this one autobiographical then?
Yes, so it's based partly on her life. The premise of the film is there's a girl called Billy. She's meant to be in her late 20s, isn't she?
I think
But
she's
she
30.
She does not look it, so that was
They
confusing.
keep referencing 30 in the film.
Oh, okay, so she doesn't look it. So she lives in New York, and not with her parents, but they all live in New York. They moved there when Billy was 6. And that's what happened to Lulu Wang. She grew up in China, and then when she was 6, her parents moved her to America. And Billy's father finds out that his mother back in China, who's elderly, Billy's grandmother, she has terminal cancer. So, normal thing would be,
Well, there's a cultural clash, isn't there? Between how families
yes,
deal with this news, because here,
well, normally everyone is aware of it,
because the person it involves would be told by the doctor.
and they would be presumably the one telling
Yeah.
their family that they are dying. But that's not what happens. In China, the belief is that it's better not to tell her, and this decision is made by her little sister, the grandmother's little sister. She makes the decision that the doctors shouldn't tell her that she's dying, and this is quite common because the doctors say they often
Yeah,
don't
and the
tell
doctors
person.
lie.
They will cover it up
Yeah.
so that the families can deal with it how they wish. So she's got terminal cancer. The family are told. There's the family in the States. There's some family in Japan as well. And the family, they want to spend what they believe is the last few months with the grandmother. They want to spend time with her. So they concoct a wedding. It's Billy's cousin. He's got a girlfriend of about 3 months.
Because they moved to Japan, like Billy moved to America. They moved to Japan.
Yeah, and so he has a girlfriend of 3 months, and the family decide they should get married, and that's the excuse to bring everyone back together. So it looks like they've all come back to China just to have this wedding. So Nene, as she's called, the grandmother, she gets to host it. She gets to like plan it all. She does everything, and she's so excited that her 2 sons are coming home and her grandchildren, and obviously then the film plays out and she has no idea that she's dying. She thinks she's recovering from she thinks she had a bit of pneumonia or something, and she just thinks it's that.
Yeah,
She
and
doesn't
then-
understand.
And the medication
Oh yeah.
that she was on was the wrong medication.
Yeah, she
Well,
pings the
we
doctors.
don't know that she doesn't. She never reveals that she knows, but
No.
I think because there's quite a bit of like long faces around, and
Yeah, she comments quite frequently on how certain members of the family, they don't seem like they're well in themselves and they don't seem very happy. And obviously as the grandmother of the family, she's the head of the family because she's the oldest, and she wants everyone to be together and have a good time. And so yeah, I think she does notice that something is wrong, but she loves having her family back. So this is Lulu Wang's story. This is her family deciding not to tell her grandmother that she had terminal cancer. She first told the story in an American radio show called This American Life, and she called the story What You Don't Know, and she actually told that story on the radio, and it then got picked up to become a film because obviously people had heard that story. So the film is primarily based in China. There are a few scenes in New York following Billy. She's this 30-year-old. She's trying to get a fellowship. Her life isn't necessarily going to plan, but most of it's shot in China, in Changchun. It was shot in 24 days, so not very.
Have you said what the budget
not
was?
very long. No, you're not listening.
I am. I'm not.
You've just asked me, have you said what the budget was?
'Cause
No,
I'm
I haven't yet.
Are you building up to that?
Well, no, it's the next thing I was going to say.
So yes, you're building up to it. I do apologise.
Anyway.
I'll get back to my phone. I'm not on my phone.
Well, okay. 24 days, so not a long time. The budget was only $3 million, so very low budget.
Dollars.
Yes, dollars. But the film actually grossed over $17.7 million in the US and Canada. It came out in quite a limited release, and gradually, as the weeks went on, it reached more theatres. And the approval rating of the film is really high. So I'm not saying Rotten Tomatoes is the be-all and end-all of critiquing film, but if you look at their percentages, that film has an approval rating of 98%, which is pretty high.
I'd take 98%. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. And the film was distributed by an independent production company called A24. They bought the distribution rights to the film and outbid people like Netflix, like Amazon, like big players. But they also were responsible for distributing Moonlight, Room, some quite other big films. And when The Farewell was released to theatres, it actually beat Avengers Endgame, which came out around the same time, for the biggest average per theatre for how many tickets were sold.
Attendance.
Yeah, pretty
biggest
much.
Average,
Yeah, biggest average, which is quite an interesting fact because I would think Avengers Endgame would be up there, released to loads of theatres all at the same time. Everyone would go and see it, but so it clearly is a success, and I can see why now that I've watched it. And yeah, that's production.
Wait, that's well done. Yeah.
Yeah, well done me.
What's next?
Well, I was gonna say about the cast. There's not many cast members to talk about because,
Harsh.
well, no, a lot of them are Chinese actors who are not very popular in the West, so there's not a lot of information on them. The girl who plays Billy, her stage name is Awkwafina, and she's actually a rapper and an actor, and she's had supporting roles in things like Ocean's 8, Crazy Rich Asians, the Jumanji film that came out last year, Next Level, but this was her first leading role.
I haven't seen any of those three films.
Me neither, but she's in them. So she's fairly well known in the West, and the man who plays her father is called Si Ma. He plays Nene's youngest son. He was in Rush Hour. I don't know if that's where you recognised him from, because you said, "Oh, I think I've known him."
Yeah,
from
well, I have
something."
seen Rush Hour. Yeah.
Probably Rush Hour. He's also in Mulan, which is out now or coming out in theatres. Don't know. Meant to be out in August, I think. So he is also in that, the live action version of that. The woman who played Nene, is it Nene or Nai? I think I'm changing how I'm saying it. It's Nai, I think.
The matriarch.
The matriarch, well, grandmother of the family. Xu Zhen Zhao. They don't have her actual birth date, but she's between 85 and 86 years old, bless her, and she carries that film. She does a great job. She's a theatre actress. She's appeared in over 100 plays at the Harbin Grand Theatre in China, which is a pretty big deal. She's great. And the last one I'm going to mention, we talked about this, but it's something that it took me researching to find out. Lu Hong, she plays Nano's little sister. She is actually Lulu Wang's grandmother's sister. She's playing herself.
Oh.
So when you see, I think we talked about this, the video at the end, there's some kind of real life footage, and we said at the time, that looks more like the sister. I think it was. So she actually plays herself, which is really sweet, but also really weird when you consider that this is based on Lulu Wang's life story. So she's making a film. Her grandmother's sister is involved in the film, and they're trying not to tell the grandmother that she's terminally ill. We'll talk more about that later, though, because it's quite interesting.
Okay.
Okay? So, plot of the story? Kind of covered, but any key moments in the film you want to talk about?
Not really.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. Well, I'll say not really, and then starts.
Yeah, I know,
Talking.
you'll start talking anyway.
No, just. I like the clash of culture. That what's her name? Billy,
Billy.
the granddaughter, American. She's kind of caught. She doesn't feel when she's in China. She doesn't feel Chinese, but when she's in America, she doesn't necessarily feel American. And then family expectations. But she's reminded of her Chinese heritage the more time she spends back there, and she wants to stay there for longer. She feels like she's missed out somehow she gets quite cross with her parents for leaving China.
Yeah, she didn't have the choice when she was 6.
I know how she feels.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I didn't want to go to China when I was 6 either.
No.
I didn't. So
You didn't,
I
so
can
that's a different story.
No, I can relate to her on a deeper level.
Because I didn't have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's lots of family dinner moments, and obviously you've got Billy's family moved to the States, and the older brother, his family moved to Japan. They've all moved away, and she's been left on her own.
With her little sister.
With her little sister. Little sister takes charge of everything, and she also... Nene also has a companion. Her husband died. I'm not sure when he died, but it was when Billy was quite young, because she cries about how she didn't really get to spend time with him, and when he died, he was ill as well, and she wasn't told, and she felt that was really unfair because she didn't get to say goodbye. And there's all these family meals where they talk about what life's like in America and what life's like in Japan, and almost competing. It's not to be, I mean, it kind of is stereotypical, but it's that Asian family thing of success and searching for success, and how far will you go for success. And that's what they did. They moved Billy to America because they felt that their lives would be better there, and her life would be better as a result.
Well, she's a talented musician, isn't she?
Yeah. There's a big conversation about her playing piano and how that was something that they really focused on, because again, such a key skill to have, like to be so talented in something like the piano. And we actually see Awkwafina play the piano, and I'm pretty sure that she herself did play. She was classically trained in piano. So it's all these kind of stereotypes coming together. But they're trying to concoct this wedding, which is really awkward because it's clear that there's not a lot of chemistry between the couple. They've only known each other 3 months, and the girlfriend the future wife, she's Japanese, so she doesn't speak Chinese, so there's a lot of times where the conversation is just going over her head, and even at the wedding she has to have a translator when she's saying thank you to all the guests for being there, all these people that she's never met. She has no connection to them at all, really. So it does get a little bit awkward. But by the end of the film, you start to see Billy at the start is very open about wanting to tell her grandmother what is going on, wanting to keep her in the loop. But I think as the film goes on, she does realise that actually she gets to enjoy these really precious moments with her grandmother, and if she told her grandmother, she'd be sad by thinking about death and what is to come.
Yeah.
But you do see other family members break down as well. Like at the wedding, the cousin who's just got married bursts into tears, and Nina just thinks, oh, he's so happy and overwhelmed. They're tears of joy.
But even more than that, it was one of her sons broke down.
On stage, doing the speech. Yeah. Oh, yeah. As the oldest son, and he basically he spends the speech apologising to his mother, like, I'm sorry we left you. I'm sorry that we moved away. I love you so much. And she just thinks, oh, that's my son.
And then at the end he said, these are tears of happiness.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Oh, you're not. It's sad.
No, it's so obvious when you're watching the film how sad everyone is, but Nene's oblivious. She just has her family back, and it's such a beautiful reminder about how important family is, and she relies on those memories. even in the opening scene when Billy's walking in New York, she's on the phone to her grandmother. It's clear how close they are, and they talk, and grandmother's, you know, giving her sort of life advice, like saying things like, "Oh, don't go out wearing earrings because, you know, they'll grab them out of your ears." And Billy replies, "I'm not wearing earrings," and Nana's like, "Oh, so you heard too." And there's these little comedy moments, and it's just so cute, that relationship. And it's sad to think about that as you're watching it, this is a real life story, and Lulu Wang has been through this. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say.
Well, how much do you want to give away?
I mean, that is the plot of the film, and it's quite a quiet film. Like, let's be honest. Like,
I'm going to give away the plot.
Okay.
I'm going to spoiler alert again.
Okay.
The best thing about the whole thing
Go on.
is, and there's a really emotional scene where they're saying goodbye in the taxi, and
Oh yeah.
and I get the impression that they both feel that the grandmother and Billy both realise that this is their final goodbye, and so I think the grandmother knew all along and was happy to play along with not being told, because they revealed that the rest of the family revealed that she did the same thing to her husband.
Yeah.
And I think she knew exactly what was going on the whole time, but because she was the type of person she was, she had a family then, she knew that they were doing this for her, she went along with it.
Yeah.
But the best thing is that she still hasn't bloody well died. 6 years later, she's still not dead.
Oh, right, that's not the plot, that's the real life story.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end of the film...
Saying goodbye, you think she's going to die, and then you get the credits rolling up.
6 years later.
6 years later, Nanai, or whatever her name is still
No.
still living.
Still going.
Their cheeky old mare.
Well, so this is where I can bring in the trivia stuff, because it is such an interesting idea to make a film about your grandmother being terminally ill, having her sister star in the film, filming in China, in the same area where your grandmother has grown up and lives, and thinking she's not going to find out. That fascinates me. So in 2019, Lulu Wang gave an interview where she revealed that her grandmother came to the production start party. So she met all of the actors and she realised that they were playing members of the family. So Lulu Wang said, "Yes, it's a story based on our family. I've got the characters lined up, but that's what it is. It's just about an Asian family and the kind of barriers and culture and stuff like that." So she went along with that, and the grandmother even spent time with Xu Zhenzhao, who's the actress who played her. They met up and spent the morning together, had breakfast. So as far as grandma was aware, it was an immigration story about the family coming back for this reunion. Makes sense. But then, in a later interview, she reveals that actually her grandma had found out what the film was about. She said that the title of the movie in Chinese is "Don't Tell Her." Her grandmother's friend saw a review of the film and was so proud of the film, like it's one of her oldest friends, and sent the review to her, and the review said, "The film is based on Lulu Wang's real life. Her grandmother was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer in 2013. Her family threw a fake wedding for her cousin from Japan and her grandmother didn't know. Then she made a movie about it. So it went through the entire history of our family and my grandma read it. And so she said to little Nene, her sister, who plays herself, she said, I just thought that you were really daft because you went and shot a movie, you went to the premiere in New York, you come back, you're not allowed to tell me anything about it. You can't tell me the title, but look, it says in the newspaper it's called Don't Tell Her, and that's why you didn't tell me, because I am the her of the Don't Tell Her." It doesn't say anything about her reaction after that, but I do wonder if she thought, oh, like, my family, like, you know, doing that for me, or did she just think, wow, you're also stupid thinking you'd get away with it? But they obviously didn't expect her to live that long, and here she is, still, as far as I'm aware, still going. But this is last year, 2019. But I just think that's so funny.
Yes.
So now she knows.
She had to find out.
She had to find out. I mean, having her sister play the role in it, I think that's...
And, you know, she understands it as well. It's cultural.
It's love. It's what it is. It's this thing of you don't want to... She's carried the burden for everyone her whole life. She has raised her sons. She's watched them raise her grandchildren. She's done everything. She's the head of the family. And the Chinese culture is like, well, why would you then burden her with her death? Why would you give her something else to worry about when you can take that away from her? And the family say they should be taking the burden now because she's been doing it for so many years. I think that's lovely. Yeah, I really like it.
Are you done?
Let me just look at my notes. Couple of quick things. The film won Best Feature at the Independent Spirit Awards in 2020. It's done a few award shows, but nothing. It's done the Golden Globes because Awkwafina won the Golden Globe for Best Actress, and she's the first Asian to do so in a leading role, which is pretty exciting, I suppose. Shame it hasn't happened sooner, I think, but still. And originally, when Lulu Wang wanted to make this film, she struggled to get financial backing because either she found that they wanted to add in white characters to really accentuate the culture clash, or they said that the story in itself was just too American. So after she told her story on the radio, Chris Weitz ended up as a producer, and he produced American Pie, and he ensured that the film got financial backing. It still only got $3 million, but it's enough for this kind of film. There's no big special effects or anything, but I imagine...
There's no big name actors that require huge...
No. Flying out to China, maybe.
I wonder, did any of them get like a percentage of the box office? How much did it take at the box office?
I know that it grossed $17.7 million.
So that's a pretty good return on your money.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. So yeah.
You'd recommend it?
Yeah, definitely. It's
would you
sad,
watch it again?
But I think I would.
Oh, so what mark are you giving that for?
5? I've given it out of 5. Yeah, I've given it 4.5. I like it. Again, it's clear it's based on a true story. So obviously, I know that there's only so far you can take the story because it's based on a true story. So that might limit it slightly. But actually, I think I want to watch it again because there's those moments where all the family are together and there's quite a few of them, and I think watching it again, I'd like to watch all the different character reactions to things, because I think the first time I watched it, for sure, I focused mostly on Billy because she's the main character. She's there at the start, and she's the one that has the problem with it, and she flies out to China even though her parents tell her, no, you stay in New York, you don't come because you've got money problems and you've got stuff to do. And she whacks up the plane ticket on a credit card and turns up unannounced. I think I want to watch it again and see those little interactions. And now that I know so much more about the story, I just think it's a really sweet story.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. You can come back up for air now.
I know.
Get you ready for the last 2 questions?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Question 5. For which 1993 Tony Scott film did Tarantino co-write the screenplay?
Okay.
For which 1993 Tony Scott film did Tarantino co-write the screenplay? And your final question, are you shaking your head to that one? Are you nodding your head to that one?
I was shaking my head to that one.
Final question, who played Winston Churchill in The Darkest Hour?
Okay.
You have seen that?
Yeah, I think I know that one.
Okay, right.
I think I'm on for my 3. I don't think I'm on for 4.
Wow. What's coming up this week then?
So, DVDs. The one DVD I would recommend, only because I've ordered it already and it is due to arrive this week, is Marriage Story.
Who's in that then?
I did talk to you about it. Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson.
Right.
Right. It's about a couple going through a divorce. That is the story. And again, I chose it because this podcast raved about it and said it could have been one of the best films
This
of the decade.
podcast, I haven't talked about it.
Podcast
I haven't
that I
seen
listen
it.
to. Podcast that I listen to,
Oh.
where I get my information about what films maybe we should be watching.
Oh.
Oh, I know.
Moonlighting.
A little bit, yeah.
We've seen that.
About a couple going through divorce. It doesn't sound massively exciting. It's not a film I don't think I'd ever have chosen to watch it, but I've heard good things, so I would recommend that. There wasn't much else in terms of DVD, I'll be honest. Netflix, one thing I found on Netflix, it's not coming out till September the 4th, but it's a film called I'm Thinking of Ending Things. And it's
Sounds upbeat.
yeah. It's a psychological horror. Gets better.
Is it a film or a series?
It's a film.
Okay.
It's about a woman who goes to stay with her new boyfriend's family despite her own reservations about their relationship. And Toni Collette is in it, who you love. So, might be worth a watch. And the girl is played by Jessie Buckley. She was in Chernobyl. She played the pregnant wife of one of the early victims.
What do you call that film?
Is it Chernobyl?
What did you say?
Chernobyl?
Chernobyl.
I don't know. But I thought that sounded quite good. At first I did think it was a series and I found out it was a film, but I still think it's something I might watch. And the fact that Toni Collette's in it, I think that gives it some sort of credit. Finally, going to the cinema, there are some films that are out. A lot of the cinemas are still doing showings of old films because they haven't got new releases. But
when is the Phoenix opening? Again, that's what I want to know.
I think you ask this on every podcast. No one's going to know what the Phoenix is unless they're...
It's the oldest cinema in London.
Isn't it in the country?
London is in the country.
No. Isn't it the oldest cinema in the country?
I don't know.
Might well
It
be.
might be, but
I don't know.
I'm not going to lie. I don't know.
Okay. Well, a couple of films that are out. August 26th, Tenet is coming out. That's the Christopher Nolan film that people have been waiting for ages. It's been pushed back 3 times. It's a Christopher Nolan film starring Robert Pattinson and Kenneth Branagh, amongst others. It's a spy film where an operative of the organisation known as Tenet is tasked with preventing World War III. Again, I don't know if it's the kind of film I would watch. I feel like loads of people have really hyped it up, but people might be happy to see
I
it.
feel sleepy just thinking about it.
What, like too much action? Boring?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really that bothered, but I'll see what the reviews say because I'm interested. The second film is out on August 28th and it's called Away. It's by a Latvian director I've never heard of. Don't know how to pronounce his name,
Go for it.
but I'll give it a go. Gins Zilbalodis. What?
Say that again.
I said it phonetically.
Say
Gins Zilbalodis.
Bless you.
Yeah. It's an animated film, but I don't think it's necessarily a kid's film. But it's about a boy being chased by a dark entity and he has a little chick for company. And apparently there's no dialogue and it's a fairly limited plot. But people who have seen it, and I don't know who these people are who have seen it, whether they are critics or it's come out already in America, potentially, or elsewhere in Europe, they have rated it quite highly. I feel like if you're sort of into, not necessarily anime as such, but I feel like it's not necessarily a kid's film. I don't know what the age rating is on it, but I just thought it was something a little bit different, and if you are going to the cinema and looking for something new, you might find that.
Okay.
That's it, I'm done.
Right, well, what was it? Question answers time.
Oh god, okay.
Ready?
No.
Oh, hang on. Put me
You need to
glasses
put your glasses on.
Alright. What or how is Maurice Micklewhite better known as?
I have absolutely no idea.
My name is Michael Caine.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely didn't
That's
know that.
question 2 then. In which film series does Colin Firth play Mark Darcy?
Bridget Jones.
Indeed. Question 3. When was the first Star Wars film released?
1977.
Woo!
It's the only one I've seen.
Question 4. Right, you got 2 out of 3 so far, Jen.
I'm getting 3 out of 6.
Okay, question 4. What song do Wayne and Garth sing in the car in Wayne's World?
I don't know. I don't know.
Classic cinema scene.
I don't
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh.
You got to watch it. You got to go onto YouTube and watch that scene so you've
Okay.
seen it.
Okay.
Question 5. 2 out of 4 now. Question 5. For which 1993 Tony Scott film did Tarantino co-write the screenplay?
Not a clue.
True Romance.
Never seen it.
Oh, you should watch it. What's his name? Christian Slater and Brad Pitt's in it as well. Christian Slater and what's the girl's name? It's not going to come to me.
No.
It's good. It's a good film.
Okay.
It's a bit like Bonnie. It's a bit like Bonnie and Clyde type.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
True
that sounds
Romance. It's
alright.
good.
I'll watch that.
And so what are you on now? 2 out of 5.
I'm telling you, I'm getting 6.
You're getting 6?
No, I'm getting 3 out of 6.
It's too late for that. I'm pretty
I'm
confident
getting-
you're not getting 6.
I'm getting 3 out of 6. My maths has never been good. I'm getting 3 out of 6.
Who played Winston Churchill in The Darkest Hour?
I think it's Gary Oldman.
It is Gary Oldman. So
3 out of 6.
What's your average score?
3.
3 out of 6.
I was aiming for 4.
Oh, failed again then.
I know.
The algorithm has downgraded you.
Oh no.
It's like, watching the BBC is now becoming watching
CCD.
watching the DDU.
Oh yeah. Yeah, someone said ABBA.
Yeah, or as we now know them.
ACDC. Yeah.
Okay, right. I haven't got a one good, one bad.
Oh, I do. I can do mine real quick.
If you can, I doubt it, but go on.
I can. My one good is the James Bond films that I've watched so far because I'm enjoying them more than I thought I would. My one bad is the fact that George Lazenby, whatever his name is not 29. I don't care what Wikipedia tells me. When that film was made on Her Majesty's Secret Service, he does not look 29. It annoys me. He's not 29. I don't know who's got that information wrong, but they must be wrong because he looks 40. It annoys me because Sean Connery definitely looked older. You can't have him coming in as a 20-something-year-old, can you?
But
Anyway.
Sean Connery must have been 49, 50 in the last
He's in
one.
his 80s now.
No, in the last one.
Yeah, he would have been, yeah.
So he's been replaced by a 29-year-old
Yeah,
who doesn't look 29.
I don't like it. It's weird.
Do you not like it?
No.
Okay.
That's my one good, one bad.
Are we done?
Yeah.
Can I have a third Jack Daniels now, please?
I think we're out. Bye.
Lovely. Bye.